What's good, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you, another one, and this is my name day stream. Today is my name day. Yes, it is. January the 8th. And I'm just here to say what up to all y'all out here just rocking with me and everything else with my peoples and stuff. You know, I don't expect a lot of people to be on this stream to come out here or anything else like that, but I just wanted to say thank all y'all, you know what I mean? Because, all y'all, you may not realize this, but, I have friends, not many. I keep my circle really tight. And the people that I actually call friend is very few. And I have a lot of associates and a lot of people that I know, but actual friends and family and things like that, it's not that much, but y'all, a lot of y'all mean a lot to me, more than you probably think. You've gotten me through some of the toughest times in my life and everything, just coming on here and streaming with you. I just want you to really realize how much you mean to me by spending part of my day today with you. And that is why I am here rocking with you right now. So let's say what's up to a couple of people I see in the chat right now. The volume is kind of low, is what you're telling me right now. Is that what you say? Is it you? Because everything else is the same. What up to Alice? How are you? Let me know if something else, if y'all don't hear me right, because I don't know why it would be. I mean, everything is in the exact same spot. It does not move at all. Edward Martin, what up? Ron, what up? Carl Snock, what up? What's going on? Kelly Johnson, what up? What's going on? Thank you for Super Chat. T, what happened to Thursday and Friday? I would have loved to got on here Thursday and Friday, but a lot of things came up and life happened, so I wasn't able to. But it's still the same situation that's still going on right now. You know what I mean? So hopefully everyone can hear me clearly and everything. Dirty, flirty, and a smidge past 30. A little more than a smidge, right? A little more than a smidge, a little more than a smidge, but you know what I mean? So everything else like that. So yeah, everyone's saying it sounds right to you. All right, good. Maybe you need to just change your volume up or something like that. Or anything like that. SKG, Anno, what up to you? Thank you very much. Makeup and therapy, Latoya, what's going on? Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the shout outs and any of and all you others coming and spending some of your Sunday. I mean Sunday, you know what I mean? So what are you doing on the Sunday? You don't really do much on this Sunday and everything. Oh, my queen, thank you so much. Happy birthday to the Don. Share the day with the king. Yeah, I am the king. I usually sit the Iron Throne. And I have the Iron Throne. I can go back here and put the Iron Throne on right now. But I figured that this is a little appropriate, this happy name day card right here and everything. Still, again, if you're going to send me super chats, don't do it through this place. Try to do it through the Cash App that's on there, please. Same thing is still going on. I'm still loading up for that. So, if you're still going to do it, just please do that. But if you can't, then I'll take it anyway. I can get it right now for them and everything else. Try to make sure everything goes good with them. But sounds clear. Thank you. All right. I was actually let's listen. I was actually good and worked out and took Dougal to the park already this morning. Now I can completely work with it right. Well, I'm gonna assume Dougal is your dog. And took him to the park and everything else. That is good. I went to the gym early as soon as I get up, right in the morning. That's the first thing I do. I'm in the gym. I work out. I do all that. Do a little shopping. That damn eggs is fucking $6 a fucking dozen out here. I don't know how much it costs out there with you, but $6 a dozen out here, which is ridiculous. All right, ridiculous. All right. This is a Q&A stream, so it means it's all up to you. I'll be on here as long as you have questions to ask me. Again, LML. I don't know. Lucifer means light bringer. My man Dave, he's streaming in a little bit, a couple of hours. He has Irritat, on there. So I'm going to be off way before they go on and everything, you know what I mean? So you could definitely get over there and check out. And also, Christina the Sphinx is streaming tonight. So make sure you stop in and check. I think it's 6 o'clock. Subscribe to her channel and check her out. Thank you for the super chat Karma, I truly appreciate it. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. It is well, it's very generous of you and everything else. Again, I'll say it again. Someone's putting out let's say people saying theories and everything. Let's go through them again. Day it is. No, I thought I seen someone put a theory up there. Yeah, if you have anything, here's a question right here. All right, let's go. When will the long-awaited mechanical dragon contest video come out? We and me, you have to talk to Phil about that because we should have done that video years ago. In all honesty, I have the footage still and everything else. I have the footage, so that's really on Phil. That's on Phil. That is on him. But we should. That you're correct. That should have been out and everything else, and it will be out. And no, Carol Funk, you will not miss David. I'm sure I'll be going way before David gets on, so you don't have to worry about that. Another question: where will Stannis die? I think that I don't want to say. It's my guy. I hate to say that he's gonna die in any way. In any way, I hate to say that he's going to pass away in any way, but the most likely scenario for me that I see him passing away is defending Winterfell during the long night. I know HBO was afraid to kill characters off, during the show, especially in the long night battle. But I think that's how it ends for Stannis. So when I look at the way they did it on Game of Thrones and the TV show, they made it so that Jon Snow was the hero of everything. They made Jon Snow take over Winterfell. They made Jon Snow be the one who rallied everyone to defeat the Night King. They made Arya get the finishing blow. But it was Jon Snow that gathered everybody up there. As we seen, it was, Tormund Giantsbane and all them cheering Jon when it was all over. They weren't really cheering Arya as much as they were cheering Jon. I do believe that all those battles that we've seen are wins for Stannis. Stannis will sack Winterfell. Stannis will hold Winterfell and take over the north. He'll be able to defeat everything. But again, you have to realize Melisandre acts like Stannis is Azor Ahai, right? That he's supposed to be this legendary person. I could see him fighting the Night King one-on-one. I know you said Night King's not around, but he will be. I could see him fighting the Night King with the sword of his, and the Night King grabbing his fake Lightbringer sword and just shattering it. And then killing them on top of that. So I could see a situation going down like that with him. So I would say he's going to die during the long night, and he's going to die at Winterfell. That's where I think it's going to go down for him. But very good question. I appreciate it. I know there's another super chat. Again, Kelly Johnson. T, explain the Children on the Forest millennia-long PR campaign. That is a long question. No, I have time, and I could do that. I will put that in the video for you. I know you keep asking me for it, and I will definitely do it for you, but I will put that in the video. And I'm going to tell you straight up why I'm going to do it, because this is one channel, man. Every time I do a live stream, this motherfucking channel come out with the same thing I say on a live stream. Like I just was talking about, Varys doing, being a Blackfire and everything else, and how he's like a Targaryen. And this motherfucker came out with a video same week. Now all of a sudden Varys is Targaryen. So there's no doubt. I know he's in here on this stream. One of these people are him, and he watches my streams, and he just takes what I says and makes videos at him. So I'm not gonna do that. I'll just put it in the video first, and then we'll talk about it in the live stream. But I appreciate it. Again, if you're gonna send me a super chat, send it through the Cash App. The link is on the bottom of the page right there. Try not to send it through YouTube. Remember, YouTube takes 40% of all super chat donations. So if you want the donations to go, send it through the Cash App, $ Tony Teflon 545. But I will do something for you. I will put that video out. When it comes down next week, Sunday, every Sunday, it'll be The Last of Us stream. I'll be doing so Sunday, right before The Last of Us goes on. I'll be streaming about The Last of Us. That's what's immediately going to happen. After The Last of Us streams, then I'll do another one on Monday and then drop a video of it. So Last of Us is about to jump off next week. You know what I mean? So if you want to do it like that, John Haymaker, I don't know if you're being serious or funny, John, but I'm going to take it that it's a joke. Do you have a PO box to send checks or money orders to? No, I don't. If you're too old, man, you gotta get with the times, man. People say, that's crazy. YouTube takes 40%. Yeah, they do. They take ask any creator. I'm not making that up. They take 40% of all super chats from you. 40% they keep for themselves. Straight up. This for the service, I guess. This for the service. This for I don't know. I don't know why why they do it or why they feel like they have rights to it. But that is just what it is. Sir Michael, let me get your address and I'll send you cash in the envelope. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be the cash. No, that'll probably be me getting swatted next. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Christina that Speaks. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. Happy name, Jay. I appreciate it and stuff like that. If you use checks or money orders, you keep all the money, no fees, Teflon TV. Well, if you send it to my Cash App, then I'll keep all the money. I understand what you're saying, but you can send it to the Cash App. I'll deal with the government myself and everything else. All that. Thank you so much. As I said earlier, Christina the Sphinx has a stream on tonight. So please go to her channel at 6 o'clock, I think it starts, and watch Christina the Sphinx's things. I truly appreciate that. If you would do that and everything else. So thank you, Christina, for that. I know the super chat came through. I heard the buzzer. So let me see if I can find it. Kelly Johnson says, T, I send questions through the Cash App array. All right, I will. I haven't checked it yet, Kelly. Yeah, give me a second because it's on my phone. So I'm just getting warmed up here. I will go to the Cash App right now since you brought it up. But I will definitely, I was definitely planning on checking it. I don't have Phil here at the moment, so I have to hold this down myself. So it takes a second. But all right, so we have a couple right here. Kelly Johnson sent one here. He says, T, could Val get it from the Don in the Night Fort? Val, get it for me. She can get it for me in the Night Fort, in the regular, any fort that she got. I'll be all up in her fort. Let me tell you. The way they describe her with her honey blonde, long ass hair curled all over. Oh, yeah, I can get it. I ain't afraid of that. You know what I mean? She could definitely get it the wildest. I ain't afraid of that at all. Next would be Queen Strader sent me a very generous super chat in here. I don't want to say exactly how much it is because I don't want to embarrass her or anything, but unless she gives me permission to say it. But thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, beautiful woman. And always be my queen forever. I appreciate it. You know, there's people telling me happy birthday. You know, people wishing me happy birthday and all that and everything else. But yeah, I'll have this open and I'll keep checking periodically and everything else. But thank you for everyone who has sent it and everything else like that. Again, if you have any questions, Santivia Major is in there. I think she just finally, Santivia Major, after like 15 years, I've been there 15 years, say 9 years, she's finally like friend requested me on Facebook and stuff. So I'll have to get that done and everything else. I'm going to do my best to enjoy this stream and everything else. I'm gonna do my birthday today. I'm doing all I can to enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'm pretty boring when it comes down to it. So it's crazy. Kelly Johnson sent another super chat. Says Val threatened to geld Jon Snow. Yes, she did. Look, she's a wild woman. I don't think it was Jon Snow that she threatened. She's threatened anybody who tried jumping in bed with her without her permission. You know what I mean? That is what it is and everything else. So that's the way it goes. So Queen Strader, Captain Obvious sent me 2 super chats, one before for $100 and another one just now for $50. So I just want to say thank you so much. I don't like to tell what people are sending because it really isn't about the money. But I mean, I'm not saying don't send a lot of money. That helps. But I don't want to think that you have to. You know what I mean? But she did. She sent me a super chat for $100 and another one right now for $50. So Thank you so much, Queen Straight. I truly appreciate it, Captain Obvious, and everything else, 100% and all that. So yeah, I am not. Yeah, so it's not Jon Snow she threatens. It's the other people that's out there that want her. She threatens any one of them that they try to grab up on her, get up on her. That's what's going to happen to them. So that's just the way it goes. I hope everybody, honestly, this is a whole new set for me. I got the green screen working and everything else. I hope people like the green screen. I know I'm used to having the bar behind me and everything else like that, but we've got a new place that we moved into. I don't have time to set the bar up. In fact, I have a bar, but it's in my living room, and I like it out there. I'm not going to stream in my living room. I'm going to stream in here. So I set up. It was actually Phil's idea. He told me because I had the green screen. He was like, "Why don't you just do the green screen? You got it." And I was like, "You know what? Because my green screen is huge. It takes up my whole wall behind me and stuff." So I was like, I never use it. Let me do it. So I've been doing it. So hopefully that looks good, and y'all like this and everything else. And that's just what it is. All right. So I hope that's just what it is. Kelly Johnson is saying she did threaten Jon Snow. She probably meant it as a joke since she was kissing him. I don't know if she threatened him. John is not the type. She was threatening people from what I remember. You know what I mean? From what I remember, she was threatening people. If any one of these other dudes tried to jump inside the bed with her, this is what was going to happen. You know what I mean? And everything else like that. That's what I thought and everything else. So this is the Nameday green screen. Obviously y'all see, I got the Iron Throne one. You know what I mean? I got a bunch of them. I got the Iron Throne. I got the, I got my hometown. You want to see? Let me see if I can pull that one up. Let me see if I can find it. If you ever wondered where the Don lived, grew up in Queens, I have a picture of it. And I think I can put that on my background. I was going to do it before and everything else. Let me see if I could actually find that picture. What did I have it under? I could do it just like this. How about this? Let's do this a different way. How about this? Do I have to sign up or anything, or could I just do it? I think we're good right here. Let me see. Hold on. 1 second. Then we'll go right back to the question. I just want to show you, if people have always asked me like where I grew up in Queens, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show you exactly where I grew up in Queens right now. Share screen. Tab. It's this one. I have to go here. Then I have to come back. Then I have to show it on the stream. All right. So I'm going to show you right now. This is where the Don grew up as a child. This is where I grew up. You hit the search bar here and put it in. 65 47 160th Street, Freshman Queens, right here. Right there. That is my building where I grew up in Queens, right here. So this is where I grew up. Stop spinning for a second. Yep, this building right here is where I grew up. These are called the towers right here, the Leicester Tower. But this is my building. This area is called the Leicester and stuff. And I used to park right. My mom used to park the car back there. This is streets. I don't know how to manipulate this stuff and everything else and see if I can get it to spin and all this. But yeah, I grew up in this building right there. In fact, right on the 4th floor, 4F is where I grew up there in that building. That's the Leicester Towers. So if you ever hear like Nas and Nas says something like Pomanak in the towers, these are the towers that Nas is talking about right here. These two that you see right there. Right there. My dad used to call the towers Chronos when we were little. He used to always call it. My dad was a big sci-fi guy. He loved sci-fi and everything else. So that's what he used to call the towers Chronos and stuff. So yeah, that's where I grew up, right there, right in that building in Queens. That is where I am from. And I'll go back and all that, and we'll get rid of that, and I'll shut that down and everything else. But I hope that was so. Just gave you a little taste of who the Don Tony Teflon is. I grew up right there in that building. That's where it was and stuff like that. It looks like Tony grew up in the car. It felt like it though. Let me tell you. Kelly Johnson, he says, yeah, thou pointed a long bow knife on her hip. Lord Crow was welcome to steal into my bed at any night he dares. Once he's gelded, he'll keep. So, yes, you're correct. So she's not exactly threatening Jon Snow in this. She's not threatening him. She's telling him what she would do, but she's not saying, motherfucking Jon, you come in my bed, you're going to see what the fuck happens to you. I'll cut your balls off. She's not going to sit down. She's explaining it. You know what I mean? But she wasn't. So I don't take that as a threat that she was threatening Jon. She was saying what she would do, but that's not the same as a threat. You know what I'm saying? So that is why I said she didn't just come straight up and threaten Jon. You know, she was actually not talking. Jon was in the room, but she wasn't talking to. She was talking about Jon, but she wasn't talking directly to Jon. So that's why I said she didn't really threaten Jon and everything else. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I agree with what you're saying. I understand why you're saying what you're saying, but I have to say that, you know what I mean, that she was not doing that. So let me see. Trying to get to. I got. Sorry, let me hold on. Oh my God. Sorry about this. I got, it's my name names that people are calling me. I can't answer the phone right now for people I'm streaming and everything else, but I'm sorry about all that stuff and everything else. Any questions? If you have any questions, we'll definitely, I'm here to answer them. Maybe, see, you know what? Let's see. It's my name day. I'm going to do something special for y'all. For anybody right now who wants to just come on here, and I was gonna just give y'all a link and let y'all come on. You just come on live and say, well, I don't know. I be getting nervous about things like that and all that good stuff and everything. So if people really wanted to, that was it. All right. So what will the Horn of Winter be used for? Well, great question. Great question. So this is what I believe, and I've said this. I have videos about this. So the Horn of Winter, they say it wakes the sleepers, right? That is the whole thing that it says, that it wakes the sleepers. And I think that's exactly what it's going to do. So when we see in Game of Thrones how I did this video, like how the wall really is going to fall and everything else and stuff like that. So no, you're exactly right, SKG, 100%. So I did a video how the wall is really going to fall. It's not going to be a dragon that blows the wall down or anything else like this. So I believe that the wall is going to fall with the Horn of Winter. As I said, it awakes the sleepers. So sleepers are people who are slumbering, right? That's what sleepers are. People slumbering, people asleep. So I believe that, are there people that are inside of the wall sleeping? Yes, there are. The was it 19 sentinels or whatever it was, the more the sentinels and stuff, they are all sleeping inside the walls, right? People said that 49 sentinels, something like that. I forgot the exact number right at the top of my head. That they are sleeping inside of the wall right now with their spears, right? Because the one guy ran off the night fort. He was supposed to join. He escaped the wall. He went to his father's crown. After he went to his father's place, his dad went back there, took his sons back, and then went inside of the wall itself, and then got frozen inside the wall with all of his people all there, and stood there with his son for them running away from the wall, and they got trapped in there. So I believe that this horn is going to wake them up with all their spears and everything. But when they wake them up and they bust through, they will be a part of the Night King's army. And this is what's going to cause the wall to fall. from the inside out. They'll come through and break out and start murdering people. And this is how it's going to go down with him. And that's how the wall falls. So that's my take on how the Horn of Winter will be used and how it also brings down the wall. 79 Sentinels will bring it all down. That's why they're in there, because listen, Carol Funk, 79, 79 Sentinels will bring it down. And because, listen, that's why they're in there. They didn't put them in there for no reason. And there's also, like rumors of people, you can hear stuff going on inside the wall. Like you hear tapping in the ice and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So this is what's going to happen. They're going to be awakened and they're going to come busting through that goddamn wall, and the wall's going to collapse in that one spot where they bust through, and they're going to kill everybody in the Night's Watch that they get their hands on. That's the way it's going to go down. You know what I mean? That is what it is. That's right, Kiki. Capricorns, the greatest zodiac sign of them all. The greatest zodiac sign of them all, Capricorns, and everything else. Let's see. Yeah, we have another thing. I wonder how much the completion of Duncan Egg and the rest of Fire and Blood will reveal an egg about Aegon's prophecy. So I don't know if it's going to reveal a lot about it. In all honesty, we know exactly how both of them end, like the ending of both books. This is going to end with Robert's rebellion, right? The House of the Dragon, because that's when the House of the Dragon falls. So it ends with Robert's rebellion. And Duncan Egg ends at Harrenhal, right? So we could see some stuff, or Summerhall, my bad, Summerhall. So we could see some stuff that leads towards it, but we don't exactly see how much of this prophecy. Again, the show writers, that was their thing with that dagger. They came out and said it, that they're the ones who came up with the stuff being inside the dagger and using the dagger the way they did. They came up with that. George R. Martin didn't tell them to do it. He just allowed it to go, you know what I mean, and everything else. But that's where to go. So I don't know how much we're going to get from it. Kiki says the year of the rabbit. Well, hopefully I'm doing it like a rabbit this year. I mean, I'm pretty backed up right now. So hopefully, that works out. I really would appreciate it if it did. You know what I mean? So that will work out for me very, very, very good. You know what I mean? I'll take that right now. I'm not as fast as a rabbit. Don't get me wrong, girls. That's never been a problem of mine. That's not a problem. You don't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about that whatsoever, and everything else. All right, any more? You got more questions? I'm here to take any questions that you got and everything else. I'm going to put it out there to let's see who is there. I gotta shut these ones down. I'm gonna invite Christina the Sphinx if she wants to come. If she can, maybe she can't. She could be busy. Everyone's, Sunday. Who doesn't know? But I'll invite Christina on. Phil already has the invite, but people are busy. Again, I'm not going to be on here long. I'm just going to here to say what up to y'all and stuff. So, but I told her before that I would invite her, so I'll invite her again and put it up there in case she does want to pop on real quick and say what up. That's what it is. And KP, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Rob, so much. And Kiki, thank you for stopping by and saying what up. I really appreciate it. If it said the dragons have 3 heads, why can't Aegon really be needed? Why can't Aegon really be needed with Jon and Dany for war? I don't trust Quaithe. No, so Aegon is the 3rd head of the dragon. If you go watch my video, I'm not going to go through it, but I have 2 videos. One that explains why Tyrion isn't the 3rd head of the dragon and who the 3 heads of the dragon are. But they are without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, that it's Aegon, which is fake Fagon. It's him, it's Dany, and it's Jon. And I put that theory out there. You go take a look at it. It's there. I got so many videos. I know it's hard to find, but it should be in Winds of Winter Book Explained. It should be in there, in that one. So you can go check that one out and stuff like that, and you'll see it right there and everything else. I think I got this wrong. It's supposed to be like this. That's the way it's supposed to look. I got too close up for y'all and everything. But yeah, check that out and everything out. Chris Moores, thank you so much. Happy name day. Don Tony Teflon, the Teflon T versus his name, Joy, bro. I appreciate it. I'm trying my best to enjoy it. You know, it's hard. The Jets are out of it. Football's over for me and everything else. So it's hard for me to do it and everything else. But you know what I mean? But we're going to do our best to and everything else. We're going to do our best. Swagger Dagger, go quite a while. I will disagree with you on that till the day I die, Tony. Vagon is a Blackfire from the female line. I agree that he is a Blackfire from the female line. I've said that he's a Blackfire from the female line. That's what's in the video. I said that a long time ago. So I don't know what you're disagreeing with me about. But yeah, no, that doesn't mean he's not the third head of the dragon. He's a Blackfire. A Blackfire is a Targaryen. You know what I mean? So he's a Targaryen. So that's what he is. He's the third head of the dragon. He's not a red dragon. He's a black dragon. But I explained all that, what that means with Danny's dragon. But he's a black. He is that. You know what I mean? And Carl Funk, since now she's bringing it all up. So who is the Mummer's dragon? He is the Mummer's dragon. He's the third head of the dragon. He's the Mummer's dragon is Fagon. He's the fake red dragon. And that's what it means. He's a Blackfire. So Fagon is the third head of the dragon, the Mummer's dragon, right? Because he's not a Targaryen, quote unquote, he's a Blackfire. All right, so that is what it means, and that's what it's all about. But you check out the video. I put all that stuff in there and say it. But yes, without a shadow of a doubt, it's Fagon. That's it. And that's the way it goes and everything else. So that's who the Mummer's dragon is and everything else. It's him. He's the Mummer's dragon and stuff. So yeah, the third head of the dragon, the Mummer's dragon. Because you got to remember, one of these, everyone's thinking about, like, you need 3 dragons because all these people are going to be on these dragons in the end. That's not going to happen. You got to remember, one of these dragons is going to get taken away. Most likely it's going to be Euron with the dragon horn. And eventually that one of them dragons is going to go over to White Walker's side. So it's just 2 dragons that's going to be falling. That's Jon and Danny in the end. That's the way it's going to be, right? So that's what you don't need 3 people to drive these dragons. And that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Ever said, when it comes down to like paternity test, the dragons are the only paternity test we have of this situation, right? Even when you deal with like Brown Ben Plum, dragons like them. Dragons can sense Targaryen blood, even if it's a little bit in you. They sense it in you. You know what I mean? That's the Targaryen. That's the Maury Povich of this era, is the dragons. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to prove that Aegon has Targaryen blood, because the dragons are going to like him. You know, they're not going to not like him and stuff. They're going to smell him and understand that, yeah, he definitely is a Targaryen. He has the blood bowl Valyria in him. But he will be killed after that. He'll be killed. I put that out there already in my last video, how I think he falls. He falls at the hands of Euron Greyjoy will kill him. You check out the last video I did on Euron Greyjoy, the what if video. I went into everything else like that, and that is the way that's the way I see it. All right, and everything else. And my lady from my podcast, the lady in the dot, Elamar. Hello, and thank you so much for the birthday, which is beautiful. I'm so happy. And I need to speak to you anyway. So when this is all said and done, please contact me when you get a chance. We're going to do what we got going on and everything else. You know what I mean? So please contact. I fucked up. That was bad. I let the fucking Facebook thing give me notifications. Now they're going to be just keep popping up all the time. I should have stopped that. I should have never did that. But yeah, that's Elamar from the Lady and Dom podcast. But definitely hit me up, Elamar, when I'm off the stream hit me up on my thing so I could talk to you about something and everything else. I want to work something out real quick with you. We got another super chat from Kelly. Johnson says, "What about when the Rough Riders fought the Benzino boys?" So we talking about a song of Ice and Fire. That's got something. When it comes down to beefs, when you talk about, you know what I mean. Let me let's take that question next. When you talk about beefs like that, you know what I mean? I'll have to do a whole stream on that, bro. You throw me 100% off topic and stuff. I gotta keep my wits about me and everything else. All right. Tony, do you think Jon Snow will play out the role of Azor Ahai on the Jon Snow show? Danny as Nisa on episode 8. Maybe he is the third dragon. So Jon is the second dragon, right? He's the second head of the dragon and everything else. Not the third dragon. He is the second dragon. So I don't know if they're going to really go that far into it. I don't know if Emilia Clarke comes back. If she does come back, she's only coming back as the Night Queen. That's the only way they can bring her back in the show. So I don't know how it would be. I did a whole stream on what possibilities they could do with it. My number one thing that I would do was I would bring Emilia Clarke back as the Night Queen and have her go around and start fucking shit up. And then at the end, I would have Jon have to sacrifice himself to her and become the Night King and go off to the lands of always winter. And that's the only way to stop her. I would do that. That's what I would do. I could also see, we talked about Drogon causing a muck out there and Jon having to go up there and try to be a dragon slayer and kill Drogon. And that's why Bran would send up Brienne and Sam up there to help him because Drogon's just acting up there. So there's a lot of different ways that I could see the show going on, but that would be the two ways that I would like to see it. Me personally. You see, this is the thing, man. These people, and I love all my people, and I love people, contacting me saying happy birthday and all that good stuff. But yes, you can just post it on Facebook. You ain't gotta send me personal messages. It's too bad. When you send me personal messages, it makes me forced to have to reply to you. And yeah, I am giving away screenplays for free. I shouldn't be doing this stuff, right? I shouldn't be. All right. How would you like the new show called? How would you like a new show called Azor Ahai that's set in the east of the Olden Kingdoms and how the first Azor Ahai crafted library? I would love it. That would be a good show. I would not mind seeing the original Azor Ahai show and the original Long Night show. I guess that's what they wanted to do with Blood Moon, right? That's what it seemed like they were going to do with that. And from all indications, there was nothing wrong with Blood Moon. They just said it wasn't Game of Thrones enough, which I don't understand what that means because I don't think you need to be Game of Thrones just like it in order to succeed. It could be something different, So I don't know why they pulled the plug on that show. I would love to see that episode that they did, or just read the scripts of everything else. But I don't know why they did that. To me, they shouldn't have done that. I would have loved for them to kept everything going on that and everything else. So that's very disappointing that they did shut that down. To me, it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's very disappointing. But it is what it is and everything else. Everybody put the LMR emoji up in the chat. If you are a channel member, throw the LMR emoji up in the chat and let her know we love her so much. Killmonger, thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Truly appreciate it, man. Vince is saying it means no dragons not interested, but I get it. I get it. That it's not supposed to be dragons, and maybe there's a lot of people who just tune in strictly for dragons, and that means that Dunkin' Egg is never going to work, and they should never do it. That means a lot of these shows, Robert's Rebellion ain't going to make it. They can't do that because, you know what I mean? It's just not going to work and stuff like that, So yeah, if that's the case, then a lot of these shows aren't going to get made. If people just want dragons, I still think you need dragons to make the show. You know, the dragons only came at the last episode of episode 1. So, and I think people were enjoying it before that and everything else. You know what I mean? So, I do get what you're saying, bro. I truly do, but I think that you could get away with it. You know what I mean? And everything else. John Haymaker, Aegon, yeah, Aegon's Conquest definitely works. Or any show that's fully written by George R. R. Martin already is gonna work. If you have a beginning, a middle, of an end of his work, then the show is actually gonna work. There's no way the show's not gonna work and everything else. You know, it's definitely gonna work and everything else. Santivia and Major saying I have to go. Enjoy your name. I'm gonna have to go too. Myself, we'll be wrapping this up at 1 o'clock in a little bit. Kelly Johnson, thank you for the super chat. It says T, the JS Limited Series is in a test for a larger order. Maybe it all depends how it goes. I think that if it and how they end it. You know, listen, I'll go through it to you just like this, Kelly. I'll give it to you. Dexter New Blood, right? Dexter New Blood, the biggest show of all time. That Showtime got, one of their biggest shows that they got, right? Everyone was loving Dexter New Blood, but in the end, it was built as a limited series. Dexter got what he got in it, and that's it. People wanted a season 2 of Dexter New Blood. They even sent out things to fans and asked you, would you watch a season 2 of Dexter New Blood if it continued with Harrison, that, and Dexter were going and everything else? That's how anxious they were to get something going before it and everything else. You know what I mean? But it was what it was. You know what I mean? They got rid of it. So if it has an ending like Dexter New Blood already built into it, it may not be. You know what I mean? It may not be whatsoever. So we'll see where it goes. If it has that type of ending, it's not going to be a part 2 to it. It's just going to be what it is, and it's going to be over, and that's just what it's going to, and that's the way it's going to end. So it all depends how. Now, if it's a test and to see if it wants to be, then it won't end the way Dexter New Blood ends. But we'll have to see exactly the way it ends and everything else and all that. Luna said I almost missed the stream. It's my fault. I just put it up. I didn't, you know, promote this for days or anything else like that. Again, you got David Lightbringer. He's going to be coming on with Irritat. They're going to be doing their stream. I think that may start at 2, 3 o'clock. So we're going to be off way before that and everything else. And then you have Christina the Sphinx. Make sure you check her out at 6 p.m. tonight. Christina the Sphinx, go out there. I'll be back next week. Starts the pregame shows for The Last of Us, then a stream for The Last of Us. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stream almost every day of the week from now on. Now that I'm in my place and I can stream and I can do what I want to do and I have no restrictions, I'm going to stream. I'm just going to work out a schedule for everything. So that way, when it's a Game of Thrones, it's going to be a what if one day a week. We'll do the what if stream. I'm going to do TV show news. I'm going to do that and just talk about the TV new show twos, all the new TV shows and all the behind the scenes of the TV shows that go on, the TV show ratings and everything else. I'm going to do that every week. I'm going to do a stream for that. And I'm going to do, you know, the current show that I'm making videos for, whether that's The Last of Us, which will be the next show that I make shows for, and I'll have those videos up for everything else like that. But I'll definitely have that. LMR, and I agree with you, LMR. She says, I missed the old Dexter seasons before they messed it up so much. But it was a great show when it was running. It truly was a great show and everything else. So I miss that. I miss Dexter. I miss Lovecraft Country. I miss Better Call Saul. I miss all those shows. I miss From. You know what I mean? Wait a second here. Is that really real? That I have these people watching and only 3 thumbs up? Are you serious? Now I got to go and take a look at this because that's ridiculous. Are you serious? Now I got to. Let me see this. Come on, people. That's not good. You can't just do 3 thumbs up. I mean, that does not work. Put that up, put that up, put that up, and put up my lady right up in there, right next to her. There you go. All right, that's it. I see it going up now. That's better. Thank you so much. But that's why it's hard for me. Like, listen, I don't trust Netflix and I don't trust HBO. It's hard for me to say that I'm going to do shows and watch shows for them because they'll cancel shit so fast. Especially Netflix. Netflix will cancel stuff. You know what I mean? That is just what it is and everything else. You know what I mean? They cancel stuff so far and everything else like that. And yeah, I'll definitely. Listen, if you get to LML, go to LML. Iratat later today, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Iratat is amazing artist. He is, and this is the whole thing. Iratat is one of us. He started like one of us, just a fan who did his artwork and everything else. And because of people like us, people in the fandom that promoted his work, he got to do the new Fire and Blood book and did a lot of artwork for the Fire and Blood book. You know what I mean? So it's like one of us making it and working with George R. R. Martin. So definitely support it. And I'm gonna be honest, about this fandom and everything else, and this Game of Thrones fandom that we have and stuff. Though a lot of it is divided and stuff and very cliquey, right? And it's a shame that it's like that. You would think people would get over things like that. That's high school's lunch table shit. Like, oh, this is my lunch table. You can't sit here. And that's what it seems like at sometimes. Because in all honesty, there is no reason that not everybody in this fandom who has a channel, who's a part of the fandom, could not be at 100,000 subscribers. There's no reason. If everybody promoted everybody and went on everybody's stream and everybody was cool with each other, everybody would get up there. Everybody would reach 100,000 subscribers. Everybody could eat. But I think it gets to the point where people just want to be the biggest channel, or they want to be better than other people, or they conceive that they're better than other people because they have more subscribers. And that is why it doesn't work out and stuff like that. But to me, that is, it doesn't have to be like that. It shouldn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So, but to me, that's just the truth. Because I'm telling you, the truth. You guys ask anyone. Like a lot of times I've been on here, a lot of times I've done stuff. I was the first to do a lot of things. There's no doubt about it. That's facts. And people say, "Oh, I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you the truth. This is the history. I was the first to do it." A lot of people got their start on my channel. I brought a lot of people on who just started streaming and everything else, and got their start. And some of their channels have blown up way beyond mine, and I'm so happy for them. You know what I mean? So happy for them. But because there's enough for people to eat. You know what I mean? For everyone to eat. But certain people want to be the only people to eat. You know what I mean? And as long as you have that mentality, that's what it is. So I always will have use my channel to help other people get their stuff out there. You know what I mean? If I'm cool with you and everything, I wish I was cool with everybody. I don't want to not be cool with people. People I'm not cool with are the ones who did me wrong. Not that I've done wrong to. They've done wrong to me. You know what I mean? Again, I'm in a different situation than a lot of these other channels out there. Obviously, I'm a black man doing this. We've seen what the fandom is. A good percentage of this fandom are people who don't want to see black people in this fandom. That's just a fact. You've seen what happened to the actor Steve Toussaint when he got casted as Corlys Valerion. You've seen it. That's facts. You know what I mean? And yes, you could say, listen, my brother, I love him. I love him to death. You know what I mean? My young brother, Quinn, he's a black man and he's been extremely successful. Extremely. But he never showed himself, and a lot of people didn't know he was black. In fact, he did a video about people when he first showed himself and the reaction that he got in the comment section of people saying, "Oh my God, you're black? I didn't know you were black. Oh, I thought you were some white kid in this dorm. Oh my God, you're a black man. I had no idea you were black." That's the truth. You can go watch this video. You know what I mean? don't speak. I wish, I'm saying I wish I sounded like him, because no, I appreciate the way I sound. I'm from Queens, New York. I got my lingo. I'm gonna sound the way I'm gonna. So I can't pull it off, even if I wanted to. I can't just come in there and start talking like this and say, "Hey, welcome to a song that makes them fire people." Not that he sounds like that, so I don't think I'm saying that. But I'm saying I'm just a general white voice that Eddie Murphy would use, right? So I couldn't pull that off. People know who I am just from my voice. It's going to be what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's always, I will have that hurdle that other people don't have. And that's the way it is in life. That's the way it's been in my life. That's the way it is being black. As Steve Toussaint said, you know, I am very aware of racism. I deal with it every day in my life. You know, I deal with racism, whether it's here, outside on the street. I was just in the bar yesterday over there in the 80s bar, and this chick was just staring at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? You know, and then I'm the only black guy in there, and there's a guy I know in there, and he's got to make some comment. Now, he wasn't trying to be racist or anything like that, but it seems that when you're black, race always comes up. Like, people just don't talk regular to you. Or at some point, race comes up. These is facts. I've been on this planet for a long time, you know what I mean? And it is what it is and stuff like that. All right, let me get to this. T, what about the fake liberals try to set a brother up at the con and besmirch his good name by lying about him? 100%. 100%. They did that to me. And yes, there are people who fake like they're progressives and fake that they're liberal about things. But in the end, people lied about me, trying to get me banned from Con of Thrones. That's a fact that they did that. People made up fake Twitter accounts, fake like they were black girls, and attacked me. Yes, those are other YouTubers who did that. And that's a fact. Those are facts that happen. And I know people don't want people to talk about those things because it embarrasses them, but it is the fact. It's what they did. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to be honest about it. This is the way it is. I'm not an ugly man. I ain't an ugly man. When I show up, and I got my own swag about me. You know, when I show up, I blow up. People can't shine around me. I know this book backwards and forth. I know all this stuff. I've made up over more theories than anyone in this fandom that ever came true. I made them up. I got more theories that came true than anybody in this fandom. Clank. I got receipts on all of them. You know what I mean? That's just a fact. You know what I mean? You could go check it out. And that's just what it is. People didn't like it. When I went to Con of Thrones, people didn't like it that I was blowing up on Con of Thrones. When I went there that first year and watched the little wall, you go look at the articles they were writing about me. Tony Teflon stole the show. Tony Teflon did this. They loved it. I was stealing every panel I was on. The last panel I was on, they purposely did not want me to speak on it because I was stealing the panel, to the point that the people in the crowd was saying, let Teflon speak. Let Teflon speak. Because they were cutting me off and going to different topics and not allowing me to speak because they were upset that I was blowing up on the panel. Don't think people aren't jealous about situations. Human beings are human beings. You can ask Quinn what happened to Quinn when he was on the panel, right? When he was sitting there, and what happened, everything else like that. And yes, I'm a good looking dude, man. I'll come up there and take every chick there in the party. You know what I'm saying? I'll take them all. I take them all, baby. I take them all. That's just the bottom. But yeah, those are, I really don't want to dwell on anything like that. I talked about it for long enough. You know what I mean? But let's just hope it's a new year. Anything that anyone has done to me in the past, I leave it in the past. You know what I mean? It's a new year. I'm willing to leave all that in the past. If people just come to me and say, listen, I fucked up. Sorry about that. I forgive you for whatever wrongs that you have done, period, and I'll move forward. If not, I'll just keep it moving and doing what I'm saying, and just ain't got no, so I'm gonna talk to them, and that's just what it's gonna be. Either way, the choice is theirs. I'm still gonna be doing me. I'm still gonna do what I do. I'm not going to be stopped doing what I do. No one's gonna stop me from having fun and coming out here with y'all and having a good time, and that's it. You know what I mean? John Haymaker says, Tone stole my girl, but I ain't mad about it. You know, listen, I'm known for that, baby. I'm known for that. You know what I mean? I'm known for it. I have done that many a times. Had a great time at all those cons with everybody and stuff like that. Jess Britt says, I'm thankful for all of you who have dealt with the adversity for something you love. So hopefully things will get better in fantasy and science fiction and fandoms in the future. Yeah, hopefully it will get better. Hopefully it does. Well, no, I ain't going nowhere. Christina, I brought her back. She ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? AK ain't going nowhere. I told you before, you gonna have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Whether you want to stay or not, we gonna be up in there. And that's just the way it goes, man. That's just the way it's gonna be. You know what I mean? So you got to deal with it, man. You got to deal with us. As long as we're united, can't be stopped. And it's just not about being. I'm telling you about when it comes to. I don't want to talk about this. I'm gonna end it soon. But when it comes to dealing with racism and stuff like that, and as a white person, who people are white, and y'all are always, if you're asking, like, what can I do to end this? What can I do to make this a better community? You have to call out the white people who are doing it. That's how you do it. And as a white person in this community, if you want it to be better for people of color in this community and be more inclusive, you can't just let them get away with it and sweep it under the rug when they do it. You got to call them out. It's up to you to call them out. I can call them out. And people can always say, well, when I call them out, they're going to say, oh, he's playing the race card. All right? That's what always will happen. It's other white people who have to call these people out for doing what they do. When you guys call them out, that's when shit will stop. But you guys have to do that. That's the truth. In all honesty, if it was the black people, a different thing would be the same thing. But I would have to call the black people. If a black person being racist, I'd tell them straight up, yo, what are you doing? And I've told many black people, and I love black people. I'm black. I love my people. But when I look at black people and they're like, oh, we need to do this. We need to do this. I tell them straight up, we can't do anything without the help from good white people, from the people who believe. There'd still be slavery if it wasn't for white people. Period, point blank, end the story. There's white people who ended slavery. It wasn't black people who ended it. Black people were the slaves, right? It was white people that ended that shit. It took white people to call it out and say, this is wrong, and we're going to go to war with you to stop this. That's what you need to do. That's what white people need to do. When you call it out and you say, you know what, that's wrong. We can't have this. We don't want this in our community. That's how you do it. When that person was in a Song of Ice and Fire con doing the whatever symbol he was doing, the white power symbol, it was white people that called him out on it. And that's why actions took place. That's why they had to do something about it. Because you guys said it to them. And they said, whoa, we're going to lose our fan base. If it was me who called that person out, then nothing would ever happen. Black people never wanted slavery. Nothing happened for 200 years until white people said, you know what, this is disgusting. We don't need this, and we don't want this to be no part of this. That's when it ended. That's when segregation ended. That's when Jim Crow ended. That's what it is. So it's up to you. It's up to y'all. The power is in your hands to do it. And all you got to do is if you see somebody up there and you hear someone say something that you know I said, then you have to say, yo, Tony Teflon said that, man. Give that man respect and say his name. Because they'll give other people respect and say their name when they come up with stuff. This was made by this person. This was made by this person. But they'll say my shit and never want to give me respect and give me props for saying it. But it's up to you. You guys got to do that. You got to call them out. If you see them being racist to somebody saying other stuff, you guys got to call them out. If I call them out, they're going to say, oh, he's trying to play the race card. Christina does it. They're going to say the same thing. And Christina's different than me. I'm a black man. A black woman's different, right? Especially a beautiful black woman like Christina, all right? When you have black women in there, whether it's Black Pearl or Ladies Nettles, or I don't know every black woman. I'm sorry. I should have started saying it. Only know the people I know. But when you have beautiful they tolerate a black woman. They'll tolerate a beautiful black woman at that. Of course they will. Yeah, sure. Yeah, come on. We got you. But a black man with a dick swinging between his legs the size of mine, nope. We don't want that motherfucker around. We got to get rid of his ass. Yeah, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, goddamn. You know what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? But those are facts and everything else. And I'm sorry that I even ended the stream on anything like that. I should have ended on something else like that. You know what I mean? But those are the facts. If and I don't mind, using this stream to try to get it to make this community a little bit better. If I got to be the one to stand up for it to get it better and for everything else, then I'm that dude. And if I got to be the one that loses subscribers because I say it, then I'm willing to lose them. And if it is what it is, but I'm gonna say the facts, I'm gonna say the truth, and maybe it gets better for other people later on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But I'm always gonna be real. I'm always gonna be 100 with you. I'm never gonna sugarcoat it for you. I'm always gonna tell you the way it is, man. I'm old, man. I'm stuck in my motherfucking ways. I've been through too much. Too much. I've seen too much to go back. And I ain't going back. All right. That's just what it is. So again, let me thank all y'all for coming out here and representing with me on my birthday. I truly appreciate it. Chapter 45 starts today. I'll be back this week with more Game of Thrones stuff. I'll have a schedule set this week, set up, and I'll tell you on my next stream the exact schedule, what streams we're going to do on what days, and most likely I'm going to be streaming 4 days minimum a week every week until I can't stream anymore. Again, if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this. Do your boy a favor, man. Subscribe to this channel, man. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace